What's going on with the YouTube? It's your boy Reckless once again with the new interview with an OG in the game out of San Jose, Smokie Loco. What's going on with you, brother?
What's going on, brother? Everything's going good, man. Just over here kicking it with my boy Reckless. What's going on?
Yes, sir. Nothing much, dude. All right, I want to get right off the bat. How did you get started in music?
Oh, man. That's a good question. Long time ago, bro, when I first heard rap for the first time, I was a little kid, you know what I'm saying? And first tip I ever bought was EPMD. Long time ago. This has got to be like 1990, 1989, something like that. And it was a bootleg tape.
Oh, shit.
So it wasn't even the real deal. But once I started listening to rap right there, I went from there. Then I bought Mac Dre, another tape. And then from there, man, I always wanted to do something with music. But really got started around 2001. That's when we really started going. Yeah.
Cool. And how did you choose your rap name?
My rap name is actually my nickname from the streets. Smokie. It was nicknamed since I was a kid. You know what I mean? Used to smoke a lot of weed. You feel me? So that's how I got that nickname. You know what I mean? Yeah. And just stuck, throughout my rap career.
Cool.
Yeah.
Explain your musical background. Like your family do music, or like you just came up on your own, or what's up?
Pretty much. I pretty much came up on my own. You know what I mean? Started listening to beats. You know what I mean? It was more into the beats at first. More into the music at first. Than rapping, and then I decided to start flowing and stuff like that. And when I was younger, I was pretty good at freestyling. You know what I mean? And I could do all kinds of rap off the top of my head. Really really easy. Now I can't freestyle for shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is now. I need to write everything down. You know what I mean? And that's just how I am.
Is that because like you stop, like kind of you don't use it, you lose it kind of deal, or just like?
Yeah, I guess kind of like that, and when I was growing up, battle rapping was, people loved to battle rap, you know what I'm saying? So we used to go out there and just, I used to, just tear fools up, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get my ass torn up, you know what I mean? That's just the way it goes. But yeah, pretty much, yeah, if you don't practice that, as an art form, freestyling, then you do kind of lose it, you know what I mean? So now I write everything down, you know what I mean? I go off the top of the head sometimes, but don't ask me to, man. I'd rather get paid for my music, you know what I'm saying, than just give it away for free.
For sure, yeah. What separates you from other artists?
I try to make music that I would like, and if some people like it, then I appreciate that, and all my fans appreciate you guys too. You know what I'm saying? Because you're the only reason why we're still making music. You know what I mean? And it just, I think that what separates me too is I try to, I try not to glorify everything. You know what I'm saying? There's a cause and an effect. You know what I mean? And if you keep on, living a certain way, you're going to end up, something might happen to you. You know what I mean? It's just all part of the game. And it's very, I just want to let that be known. You know what I mean? There's a cause and an effect. You know what I mean? It's not all peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Is it hard to like not glorify it, or because some people listen to music even though you're not glorifying it, people still like get hyped on it and like want to emulate it or get inspired by it? You know what I mean? In negative ways.
That's another thing too. I've heard a lot of stories over the years. About my music and other artists' music that have influenced people and things that have happened. You know what I mean? And all I can say is be your own man. You know what I'm saying? And don't let things influence you. You know what I mean? I mean, it's cool to bump and listen to, you know what I mean? But you can't let it get to that point, you know what I'm saying, in your own life. Because, man, I mean, things happen quick. You know what I mean? I've heard all kinds of things happen. One story, homie's out near Santa Rosa, you know what I mean? He got his car confiscated because he had strangulation, the first strangulation, in his car. And he was on gang task force, you know what I'm saying, their list, you know what I mean? And yeah, it was all bad. He got his car taken for having my album. And then, when I met that cat, a couple of years after that, I was tripping out when he told me the story, you know what I mean? So I gave him the strangulation part 1 again, you know what I mean? And he was appreciative of that, but that story kind of stuck with me. So be your own man, follow your own path. Don't let anything dictate you.
That's right. Just because they tell true life stories doesn't mean that you should live that way.
Yeah.
With a quote.
Yeah.
All right. So, what actually motivates you to keep making music? You've been in the game for a very long time. Like, how many years has it been?
Man, so the first album came out in 2006. you know, and before that I was dabbling before that, you know, but we'll just keep motivating me because I have, you know, a lot to say, and I think that I still have things that I think people want to hear, you know what I mean, and you know we just love making music, you know what I mean. Although, you know, I haven't been in the studio in a year, so it's been like a little over a year that I haven't actually spit on a microphone. You know what I mean? And that's just because I've recorded so much up to that point that, you know, I could probably keep on releasing music for the next, you know, 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean? But I mean, we're always looking for new talent. You know what I'm saying? And we're always looking to help people. You know what I'm saying? That we think, you know, have what it takes. You know what I mean? So hey, get at us. You know what I mean?
So, what does hip hop mean to you? Like in general, what does it mean?
Hip hop, man, is an art form. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop, man. I mean, you know, different types of rap. You know what I mean? Whether it's gangster rap, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's just straight hip hop, you know, or you know, even the emotional rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's all different forms. You know what I mean? Anybody from Tech Nine, you know what I'm saying, to man, to Lynch, you know, all the way to Common, you know what I'm saying, all the way to Ice Cube. You know what I mean? It's all different forms of hip hop. You know what I mean? And even with, you know, with homeboy rap, you know what I'm saying, type of rap that we do, you know what I mean? It's all hip hop, you know what I mean? And even though we're a little bit more harder and we're a little bit more harder to swallow, you know what I'm saying, than other types of hip hop, but you know, we do have a message, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I just love it all, you know what I mean? There's certain types of rap that I just don't like listening to because that's just not my thing. But pretty much, if somebody has skills, man, I'll let it be known that they got skills. You know what I mean? I'm not a hater, that's for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of message, what's the overall message you hope to convey with your music?
My overall message is just, you know, we strive and we struggle. You know what I'm saying, to get to a better place in life. You know what I'm saying, and the struggle is real. You know what I mean, and you know, we just need to keep our eyes up there, and we need to keep on pushing forward. You know, and you know, I think our music has definitely changed over the years. You know what I mean, and the message has gotten, you know, a little bit different. You know what I mean, and man, I just want to see all of our people doing good. You know what I'm saying, and making something out of their lives, and that's what the message really is about in the end. You know what I mean, and like I said, I appreciate everybody that's, you know, supported us over the years, but for sure, that's what it is, man. Just the struggle. You know what I mean. Keep on pushing.
That's right. All right. Here's the fun part. Name your top 5 favorite rappers of all time right now.
Top 5 favorite rappers of all time. Number one's got to be Cube. I mean, okay. Cube is like, to me, is the dopest. You know what I'm saying? Cube, Rakim. You know what I'm saying? And these aren't in no particular order, but you know, Cube, Rakim, Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I'm even gonna have to throw Lynch in there. You know what I mean?
Lynch is dope.
And you know, I'm gonna have to throw in one of my personal favorites, Woody, because that fool could flow. You know what I'm saying? And he had a message. You know what I mean? It's just sad that we lost him, you know, too soon. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, those are my 5. You know what I mean? And I'll put those 5 up against any other 5 out there. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah! All right. So, who's your favorite person that you like working with?
My favorite person that I like working with, man, it's got to be Moreno, man. You know, and he's a big part of the label. You know, he's my right hand man. He's a person that, you know, that pushes me. You know what I mean? And he's like a perfectionist. So it's like when he doesn't think it's correct, he keeps on going through it over and over again till it gets the way he thinks that, you know, the best way it's sounding. You know what I mean? So he's a good producer. You know what I mean? He's a good engineer, and you know, I mean, he's been with us for a long time, and he's part of the label. So I mean, he's like to me, he's the co-CEO, man. You know, of Evilside Records. You know what I mean? Without him, you know, you wouldn't have a lot of the albums that we put out. You know what I mean? He's dope.
Straight up. And what artists do you really want to work with that you haven't gotten the chance to work with yet?
Man, that's a good question, man. I mean, you know, I really want to work with Sonny Boy Lokester. You know what I'm saying? And we're actually gonna work together. Um, you know, him and then maybe I don't know. I mean, that is a good question. Outside of our genre, man, I love to work with Ice Cube, man. That's really going far out there. You feel me? That's probably not ever going to happen, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's just dope. You know, and you could tell when he spits on the microphone, man, it's with purpose. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's tight. Whenever you get on the microphone, you got to have purpose, and you got to put it all out there. You know what I mean? That's the only way you're going to get to where you need to go, or where you want to be. Straight up.
Facts. All right. So, what's been the high point of your career so far?
High point of my career, man. You know, establishing the label. You know what I mean? Evilside Records, man, is gone around the world. You know what I mean? And you know, I have people all the time hitting me up. You know, from Japan, Germany, Finland, even Africa. You know what I'm saying? Who the hell's listening to Evilside Records in Africa? Who the hell's listening to homie rap in Africa? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But it's just having the label be recognized worldwide and all the love that we've gotten. You know what I mean? On for me though, like for rapping for me, it's just gonna be putting out this new album, banging since the '90s when it was grimy. I mean, because I had to go back for this one, in my mind. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, man. I mean, it's one of the best albums I think that I've ever done. You know what I mean? I think you guys are gonna appreciate it. You know what I mean? And also finally releasing Bad Intentions, Moreno's Bad Intentions. That album's gonna be dope. We're both gonna be released in January 2018, so about 2.5 months away. You know what I mean? And we're gonna release them on the same day, so you'll be able to get them everywhere, online and in stores. Yeah, can't wait.
Good shit. All right, so who do you think is your biggest supporter throughout all these years you've been making music?
My biggest supporter gotta be my wife. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate her too. She's put up with a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Put up with a lot of long nights in the studio. You know what I mean? And traveling all over California. Taking music, dropping it off in stores. You know what I mean? She's really supported me, and I appreciate her. And I love you, honey.
Shout out. All right, so what's your favorite song that you've ever made so far?
My favorite song that I've ever made, man, that's a good question, man.
Let's choose from.
You know what? I have to say the song about my father on my upcoming album. You know what I mean? That album right there, or that track right there, it was a very emotional track for me to do. You know what I mean? Because my pops passed away a couple years ago, about 3 years ago now, and that's one that was very special. You know what I mean? And that's the one that I really enjoyed making. And like I said, man, I teared up in the studio for that one. That was really heartfelt right there. But yeah, that'll be on the new album.
Yeah, looking forward to hearing that one too.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you proud of all the music you've made so far?
Proud of all the music I've made so far. I could say I'm satisfied with it. You know what I mean? There's certain tracks that now I look back and I wish I could have done them differently. But I don't regret anything I've ever done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they were all there at the time we put them out. For the reasons why we put them out. So I would say I'm satisfied. Yeah, and I would say I'm proud of everything we've done. You know what I'm saying? Because we could see how we've changed over the years. You know what I mean? In the beginning, Strangulation Part 1, and still that's the #1 seller. We sold probably 3,000 copies of that. You know what I'm saying? It's still selling. That album right there, I mean, man, started off kind of like a little kind of horrorcore / homie, you know what I'm saying? And then back then the influence was kind of like type of Lynch, kind of a little bit kind of grimy and evil, you know what I'm saying? But it kind of morphed into to different genre, you know what I mean? A little bit more hardcore. But I think that that one right there, man, it's obviously what kicked it off, and people still love that album, and people still love different tracks off that album, and I get hit up with questions about that album all the time. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's for sure.
That's your favorite album?
Yeah, I would say that album is my favorite album. That album, it was crazy making that album. You know what I'm saying? It was weird. You know, had to go all the way to Morgan Hill. You know what I mean, to record that album. You know, you know, I think, you know, it came out cool. You know what I mean? And I'm very pleased with that album. And like I said, it opened up doors. You know what I mean, for me. You know, and actually, Perico No Love from Fremont. You know what I'm saying? He pushed that album everywhere. And I gotta give props to him, because he opened up a lot of doors for me and for Evilside Records, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, for sure, that's what kicked it off, man. And I'm still appreciative of, you know, of everything that's happened because of that album.
Cool. Shout out to No Love too, man. Legend in the game as well too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You've done a lot for your genre, right?
I'm telling you, man. He pushed homeboy rap everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah, he actually coined that phrase too, right? The homeboy rap.
I think he did. Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely.
All right. Anything else you want to add out there to the people?
Oh man. Let's see. Just be on the lookout for more albums that we're gonna do. I mean, pretty much. We have, you know, Banging Since the 90s, When It Was Grimy, coming out. Bad Intentions coming out. They're both coming out in January. You know, and then we're also gonna work on Strangulation Part 6. We're gonna call that one Back to the Trunk. It's gonna be a little bit more crazier. You know what I mean? And then we're gonna work on Stay Solid Part 2. We're also working on an album. We're going to start working on an album with Big O Loco. That album right there is going to be special. That's my brother right there, man. I've known homie for years. You know what I'm saying? The first time I met him, that's the first time I met Speedy Loke. You know what I mean? And at the old 9-1 Sickness barbecue back in the days, like 2 days before 9/11 happened. Trip out on that. You know, we're going to work on that album. You know what I mean? BMK's working on the beats. And right there, too, BMK's dope. If you guys need hardcore beats, hit up BMK. You know what I'm saying? He's, you know, he's dope, man. You know, he's young and he's hungry. And he's making a lot of quality music right now. Let's see, anything else I want to say? I want to appreciate all my fans. I want to appreciate Reckless right here for this interview.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And also, yeah, this is very important, you know what I'm saying? Don't believe everything you hear. You feel me? Don't believe everything you hear. You know, if you have a problem with somebody, you know what I'm saying, hit them up, you know, about it. Or if you have a question about somebody, ask the question. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's better to stand on your own 2 feet and be your own man than be a follower and follow people that are going right down the damn drain. You feel me? And I got love for everybody, you know what I'm saying, that's ever worked on projects with me. And the list is long, you know what I'm saying, regardless of how our relationship is now. You feel me? But like I said, man, I'm good wherever I go, you know what I'm saying? And I got love for everybody out there, you know what I'm saying, that are righteous and they're doing things correctly. You feel me? Everybody else out there, you know what I'm saying? Like I always say, you know, if you got a problem with me, come and see me in 3D. You feel me? Too many internet warriors out there. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. All right, that's a wrap. I thank my boy Smokie for coming through.
It's all good.
For sure. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And to never miss a video from me, you might want to click the little alert sign right there. And then you can always be updated on any new video I do. Alright, we out this bitch. 100.
Later.